Hey, this is Murray's video recording for Sprint 8. This week was all about documentation. It was good, it was fun, it was nice to not code for a bit and do this kind of stuff. It was nice and pretty easy to figure out. And what you can do with it is pretty powerful, so it's kind of awesome. So basically how I set this up is similar to the TL engine. I just looked at it. I defined a bunch of groups. I defined this API group, and then from there I derive manager, game object, and from game object there's updatable, drawable, inputable, and so that kind of follows the hierarchy of my engine because I've got the game object, then all of these, there's collision in there, stuff like that. There's the managers, which are these managers here, like the singleton managers, and then we have stuff related to the tools in this tools folder, like the visualizer and the math, like the intersection stuff. Got some core engine classes that we documented. That's good. And then the scene stuff, and that's all handled there. In this, I also have some example code to help the user along. And then I have a main page, which just has some silly notes about the engine. And then I'm working on a getting started. I will work on a getting started tutorial for hopefully next week, and that'll be fine. So I define these groups, and that's all well and good. And then throughout my engine, I go and document classes and things that are important, and basically put them in these groups, so that gets filed into the correct page, so you can view them all in the modules. So this persists for all the game objects, all of the the stuff that game object derives from. These managers have it as well. You can go in and look at it. Even the main engine class has it too, so that's all good. I've documented this pretty extensively. There's some I'm definitely gonna have to do some cleaning up in regards to what's public, what's private, and you'll see in a minute some of the diagrams that this outputs are kind of all over the place. So that'll just take a little bit of time to figure out and fix, but I think I'm in a good place for now. All of the stuff that the user is going to be interfacing with directly, I put a lot of emphasis on documenting correctly. So stuff like in the initialized game, scene stuff is well documented, all of that. I'll show you the website that this outputs in just a second. The demo is the same demo I've been working on for a while. I'll just quickly brush over it. Let's just let it build quickly. Pardon the noise. My computer is just really chugging, trying to record and do this. Okay, so this is basically showcases camera stuff. We've got game objects, drawing. We got basic collision, bounding sphere collision. That's good. Visualization of bounding spheres. I've got these input stuff going on. There's past input. There's also alarms that fire off. I don't have anything in those alarm functions, but they're firing off, and then also a scene change mechanism. So that's all showcased there. That's the demo. In the getting started, I'll probably have a lot of example code in setting up something similar to this, or something simple, getting started with the Pulse engine. Okay, so let's take a look at the Pulse game engine website that this outputs. So you can see it just starts here. We start with what we defined earlier. This is where the getting started tutorial will be, so that's real nice and close and easy. You've got the API, so you get these managers. You can go into each of these and take a look at the class, what you can use with it. Load, get, delete, stuff like that. In game objects, we've got all of the different things that game objects do, especially like on CNN or on CNX. These are important, so they're here. You can look into the modules, so you got updatable, drawable, inputable. These are all fine. Yeah, you see, like these are crazy. I don't know how you can even begin to make sense of these, so I don't know. Yeah, I'll see if I can fix them. I might ask about that. Yeah, so all of this stuff is documented. Tools are here. We have this intersect function. I should maybe do the public static member function, or this public static function in the singleton rather than this one, but we've got that. Got the visualizer. All of this stuff that is important to you is right here, and you can see it. You can see all of these important functions, and that's good. You've got the pulse engine, and all of the stuff that entails, and then all of the scene stuff as well. So you've got the scene stuff is the most detailed. I have a cool example here. That's fun. My other example is in Collidable, and that's nice and good. Yeah, and scene, we've got this. Scene is huge. There's a lot of these functions here, so yeah, the user can like page through these and figure stuff out, but once the getting started thing is implemented, then we'll be able to do it'll be a lot easier to pick up this engine and know where to look for things. So yeah, that's where I am at for